We are now pleased to welcome to us the very effervescent and smiling Doris Darkwah. She's a programs manager for an NGO, ABAN. Is that how to pronounce it?
Yes, ABAN against neglect.
ABAN against neglect. What's her story? Well, she suffered a workplace accident, and she's joining us to tell us her story and why it's necessary to confront the issue of neglect and what her NGO does and what impact they make. But I'll leave the story to you, first of all, Doris. You're welcome to Morning Star.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Kafui and Jackie, for giving me the opportunity. It's an honor. I've always been looking forward to meet you, both of you, and I thank God like today just presented itself. So thank you so much. And I would like to say hello to my dad, who has been a great inspiration in my life. So talking about
what's your dad's name?
Joseph Darkwah. We call him. I grew up calling him Wofa Bob because all my sisters were calling him Wofa. So everybody where I came from called him Wofa Uncle. So it's Wofa Bob. Yes.
All right.
And my mom and everybody back at home. So a little bit about myself and why I chose to work with an NGO that works with neglected people.
Right.
I guess I would just say like life has been, I've just experienced neglect like certain times in my life, not from my family per se, but the community or culture. So culture at a point neglected me. The community at a point neglected me. Just like different, let's just say, even work, the corporate organizations. It has been that struggle for me, and then being able to overcome it at this moment is just like amazing. I love what I do right now because it gives me the opportunity to understand people whom I would say are in my place right now in a state of neglect. So I was 3 when I had the accident. I have my friends tell me this story because I never got to see what happened because I was so young.
You were 3. Yeah.
Yes. So
what happened?
Yes, sorry. My dad was at work, and the story was that I closed from school, and my mom wasn't at home, and I know I was my dad's favorite. So every time I would be with him. So all the time I would be with him. So on this fateful day, I closed from school. I went to the house. Mom wasn't home, and so I went to where he was working. I had stayed with him till he had finished, and he was going to turn off the machine, which is cornmeal machine.
Your father was working where?
Yes, he was working with the University of Ghana Research Center in Kede.
Right.
So we used to call it UGAS. So he worked with the cornmeal machine then and other heavy machines. He would drive the what we will call tractor samai, sorry, and all that. So yes, so I went to his workplace when nobody was home. I got there. He was going to turn off the machine, I hear, and I probably was inquisitive. That's what I was told. So where I just saw him do what he would do, he would use his hand to pull the corn from the machine into a specific area.
Exactly.
And that was exactly the place I went to. So he just turned his back for just a couple of minutes, and it happened.
You put your hand inside the machine,
Yes,
which was already moving.
Which was moving.
Wow.
So it was like, I think it was tragic for my family, my dad especially, because I recently, it was just quite recent that a friend of his sent a message back to me communicating with him, and he just sent the nicest message because I think since that time it just brought like some kind of distance between me and him, and I didn't like that.
Of course, he felt responsible,
Yes,
right?
he did. He really did feel responsible for what happened, and I wish I knew that was how he felt, so I would tell him it was okay.
Because the machine severed your hand.
It did. It took all my 4 fingers, and then I know I went through 2 major operations. So there was one that just took up to the wrist, and then there was another operation because it got infected at a point, and it got so there had to be a second operation to
amputate
up to that.
And this was all
level.
at the age of 3.
This was all at the age of 3.
And you have no memories of it.
I don't remember the incident. I remember when I returned from the hospital, and then I started feeling different, because then I don't remember my friends treating me any differently until I came back. All the teachers were looking at me differently. Everybody was, because I had a new shoe, I remember, and I got a new uniform, and I went to school, and everybody was so surprised. So I think that is the first memory of my childhood that I have. The feeling of being looked at in a different way. Yeah, so that's where it all started. That is where I started to feel I am not
So as far as you remember, you've never really had use of 2 hands.
I have never had use of 2 hands, and I never felt the need for a second hand until I guess I started understanding what was actually happening. Because I know I was brilliant in school. I was very competitive. Like me and the guys in the class, we would compete, and I'll be first, and somebody will be second. And that was in class 1, class 2, class 3. But I know as I was growing up to understand my body and my environment, that is when it really dawned on me that something is wrong with me. The community I was in was great. They never made me feel any different.
This was still Kede?
Yes, this was Okumani Camp Kede. It was, yes. So they were great. Every time I never felt out of place, and Kede was sort of like a safe haven for me. That little town. I never wanted to step out because I was always afraid of what I'll see out there. So I always wanted to be there. So I know my mom would try to get me to the market, and I wouldn't want to go, or to do something and I wouldn't want to go because I just like my books.
And you had siblings, right?
Yes, I have siblings.
How many?
I have 5 of them. I am the 4th of 5 girls, and then there is a boy.
How did they treat you?
My sisters have been... all my family, my nuclear family, my dad and my sisters, they have been a great support. I know, my mom is amazing. She made me do everything. So she.
But what it means is you're now left-handed.
Now, yes, I am left-handed.
But were you right-handed before?
Yes, I was right. So I had to learn to use the
your
left hand
okay.
to write and do everything. I know, there was a time in class when I came back from the hospital that I was specially taught to use the
because
left
your
hand
whole
to write.
the neural pathways in your brain will have to now reconfigure.
Exactly.
And then you have to learn how to use your left hand.
Yes.
Do you think your dad ever forgave himself for just taking his eye off you for that split second?
I think he still lives with the memories. It's he has lived with it for a long time, and I have never really gotten to chat a lot with him about the day. I haven't had the chance to do that with him because I feel he's blaming himself too much, and I honestly wish he wasn't, because I see this, and now that things are falling into place for me, I see it was God's purpose and God's plan for my life. This is how he wanted me to be. This is how he created me. And so I am just happy the way I am. I think I'm beautiful. I think I am
and
great.
You are. And you are.
You. I think I am great. I think I have a lot of people are looking up to me to make it in life, and I want to be there for those people. So
is it difficult to be a modern woman with one hand? Is it very difficult?
It is. I don't think it was. Now that I understand what is happening in the world and everything happening, I think it's much easier. But when I would get up and I can't do something by myself. Women are expected to do a lot of things. I mean, there is the home, there is the work. There are a lot of expectations, and then for instance, you go to work, and then there are other women who are like complete. That's what I would say. Who are complete.
They have all their limbs.
They have all the limbs, and like, okay, so you have to not to prove to anybody, but you have to prove something. I always have to work twice as hard to get like things done.
How do Ghanaians relate with people who have a disability? Because you can actually speak from experience now.
Yes. It hasn't been easy. I never wanted to be pitied on, but that has been like experiences for me, and I think that was the reason I didn't want to get out of the house or get out of the community. Coming out, people will see you, oh, Doris, very sorry, like that kind of thing.
First thing they say.
Yes, I'm sorry this happened to you, Doris. It's almost like I think I saw a lot of people being pitied on because they couldn't walk, or because they were physically challenged in any way, blind or deaf or something. There was that feeling all the time. I think Ghanaians are great. They don't so much discriminate, but the pity side, pitying people so much as to not give them the chance to be who they are, is what is a problem. It's what I think it's hard for us. We want to be given the little chance to do something, but sometimes that's not the point. It's like, okay, get or receive money or something, and that's the thing. But I think people who are physically challenged, honestly, in their heart of hearts, wants to be given a small opportunity to express themselves. And that is what my organization did for me when I was looking for a job and I wasn't finding. And I know right now they are all like amazed, if not in love with my work. So yes.
Okay, well, it's 8:10 and we are having a conversation with Doris Darkwah. She was a victim of a workplace accident years ago, but she's doing amazing things. When we return, we shall ask her a whole bunch of questions about ABAN, her organization, what it does for those who are neglected, and I'll even ask her about the boys and the men, whether they've been coming. Wow. Stay with us.
Starr 103.5 FM. Simply the best.
Sika. Win kudi, win sika, win jete. Win cash, win money, win kwacha. It's the Unibank Dash for 200k promo. Run, go and deposit 100 Ghana cedis in your Unibank current or savings account and build your balance to 500 Ghana cedis or more and stand the chance to win 10,000 Ghana cedis plus 20,000 Ghana cedis plus 50,000 Ghana cedis and plus the ultimate 200,000 Ghana cedis cash.
Deposit more times, win more money. This promo is brought to you in collaboration with NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform and supported by Graphic, ABAN Logistics, Quality Links and Supply, and Becker Home Appliances.
Win cash, win money, win kwacha.
Unibank, caring for you.
Bays Awards 2014. Turn it on!
You know, a combination of dancehall and reggae together tonight is just gonna be a blast.
Rewarding excellence in African reggae and dancehall. 29th of November, Ankrah Sports Stadium. The biggest dancehall and reggae acts. It's gonna be a big night. Reggae dancers, that's a drug thing. Presented by Rappers Production, empowered by Solid Malts Media, Foresight TV, and Boo House Entertainment. Official radio partner, Starr FM. Remember, 29th November at the Ankrah Sports Stadium. Bays Awards. Turn it up.
Starr 103.5 FM. Simply the best.
8:13 on Morning Star with Kafui and Jackie, and our guest for breakfast, Doris Darkwah, Programs Manager of NGO ABAN, a ban against neglect. We'll be asking her to tell us a little bit about her NGO. But I have some great news here for you if you are a Unibank customer. What are you waiting for? 20,000 cash awaits you. There's 50,000 up for grabs in the 2 zones where the Unibank Dash for 200k promotion are being held, and you could actually win 200,000 CDs during the mega draw. Just walk into any Unibank branch, your own branch, deposit only 100 CDs to enter the promotion, and build it up to 500 CDs to qualify for the second mini draw, the zonal draw, and the mega draw. Unibank, caring for you.
The Relish restaurant is finally launched. The Relish restaurant, located at the poolside of the ANC Mall, aims at offering the numerous shoppers and staff of ANC Mall, as well as the general public, excellent and authentic local cuisine and healthy foods in modern African interior and exterior design, coupled with the best service at hand. Relish Foods seeks to introduce a fresh perspective to our indigenous dishes from Ghana and around Africa, and celebrates the cultures in a modern African-themed interior and exterior setting. Services: restaurant, catering, delivery, meals on wheels, corporate food services on contracts, Afro Lounge, live music, venue lease. For more information, call 050-326-4649 or 050-355-1882, or you can email info@relishafrica.com. Follow and like Relish Foods on Facebook, www.facebook.com/Relish Foods Limited. Instagram, Relish Foods Limited. On Twitter, @Relish Foods Limited. Relish, delectably wild.
8:15, we will be celebrating the life of Dr. Miles Monroe, who tragically passed away yesterday. That's ahead. But for now, we're back with Doris, Darkwah, Programs Manager of NGO, ABAN. And you said, ABAN stands for ABAN Against Neglect.
Yeah.
What kind of neglect did you really suffer? Your family didn't neglect you, but from the community, what kind of neglect did you suffer?
I guess it was more of the idea of me being like at a lesser position or whatever. I always had to be considered last when like opportunities came for I don't know, school.
Just because one of your arms was amputated?
Because probably to them I couldn't do much, or they couldn't expect much from me. So I know like it's been that has been a challenge. I always told myself I will have to overcome.
How far have you gone in your education?
I completed University of Ghana in 2009. So that's that. Yes, I completed University of Ghana.
So you proved them wrong?
Yes, I did.
Or you proved to yourself that you could do it?
I proved to myself I can do better than I did, and I've proved to like the society that people like me, I mean, we have what it takes to also get to the top.
But not everyone who is physically challenged or has a disability is as confident and as tough as you. So what do you think has made you the way you are?
I think I will talk about love and support from my family. That has been a great one. My sisters would always, especially when I was in the university, one of my sisters would always show up and help me if I had to cook or if I had to wash my stuff. She would always show up every weekend, and that is what like pushed me. Days that she wasn't coming, of course I would try and do the washing myself. It was hard, but then I would still try and do it myself, but they will always show up. My dad has been another one. Looking at, I guess for some time I knew he was blaming himself also. Yeah. So I just wanted I wanted to do something to let him know it's okay, and that this wasn't his fault. This was something this was like my destiny.
Did you ever blame him?
I never. It never came to mind.
You've never been angry?
No, I guess I've been rather sad that he probably felt, because I know my dad could do more than he was doing, and perhaps my accident like slowed him down.
Do you think there was a strain on the marriage between your dad and mom as a result of this accident? Did she blame him?
I always saw my parents as like perfect. Well, if they did, they'd never let me see. So
but they're
I
still
never
together.
experienced. They are still together and living My dad is on pension now, so he's at home. I'm sure he's
Shout out to
probably
Wafa
listening.
Bob.
Yes, Wafa Bob.
I'm also Bob too, so maybe one day when I'm an old man, they'll call me
Yay.
Wafa Bob.
Okay, yeah.
How many names have you got, Kat? but a ban against neglect. What is it that you do?
So way back in school, it started with some colleagues of mine right now, Emmanuel, Kali, and Rebecca. So I was in the same class with them, and then in Emmanuel and Kali's class, they were asked to present a mock NGO. And so they had been volunteering with Street Girls Aid, another NGO in Ankrah, and Catholic Action for Street Kids. So they met young women who were pregnant and who were living on the streets. So like I think that's a general problem. It's all over. So the guys then decided like they had to do something about it. So that, and then the fact that there was a lot of sachet on our streets, sachet bags on our streets, and then they came up with an idea to use the sachet bags to solve another problem. So picking the sachet bags from the streets to solve another problem of poverty amongst marginalized young women. That's what we call them. So these are girls between there are a lot of them who are younger, but currently you are working with girls between the ages of 18 and 25 who have kids, who have little or no support, and who could do with some basic skills, just a little push to get them like back on their feet, so they can take care of themselves, and they can take care of their children and then their family. There are a lot of the girls right now on the streets, but also in our communities. So you go to the communities, they are there, and the problem is they have a first kid. There is nothing for them to do, so the other option is to get pregnant.
Tell me about the sachet. Tell me about the sachet bags. You take the sachet bags and you make them into handbags. Is that what you do? And purses and
We do
things
purses,
like that.
we have wallets.
Have you got one to show me?
Yes, we do.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Look how lovely it is. Look. You can't see the bag, or maybe we should put
We'll
this
take a
on.
photo
Yeah,
and put it
I
on-
think we should.
on Facebook.
This is lovely. You can take this shopping. You can take this
Yes.
to work. It's very
To
nicely
the
done.
classroom on
And-
a
and-
rainy day. I mean, it's waterproof.
It's waterproof,
So
isn't
yes,
it? Oh,
it
this
works-
is gorgeous.
It works so
And
well.
how much does a bag like this go for?
This costs. This is 50 cedis, and this is 25. This is
For the clutch,
makeup,
for a little.
yes.
Oh, right. Mhm.
And this is wine bag. So we do prototypes of other stuff. We have picnic blankets, all made of the sachet bags and batik. We want to.
This is a
help,
great
like,
idea. And where can
yes.
they be found? These bags.
We are in a Brie.
Give us a number.
0205 065 279. But we are also online.
Yes.
Um,
Let's have that.
That's www.aban.org.
Beautiful.
Yes.
All right. So aban.org. Aban.org and 0205 065 279 to get in touch with Doris and the wonderful people at that NGO, A Ban Against Neglect. So what do you do now to help victims of neglect?
Right now,
Briefly.
what we're doing is we go teach we have a program running. We call it the business entrepreneurship program. So we go to the communities and identify these women, and then we have a vehicle going in and out to bring them in and take them back home every day. So they go through this life skills training programs. So it is about the skills they will they are gaining to make money, but also like life improvement. We want them to improve on their life. We want them to see a bigger picture than what the communities are probably just showing to them. So we are exposing them to a lot of other opportunities we think they can take advantage of, and be the women, or like be in charge of their life. We don't want,
And it's working, isn't it?
and it's working. It's working so
Before
nicely.
you go, Kafui said something about boys. Are they coming?
Ooh.
Ooh, I like the ooh. I like the ooh. Ooh. Tell us about the boys.
The boys. Okay. So yes, I've had a few relationships, but they didn't work.
They chickened out.
They chickened out.
The
yes.
right man's in the corner.
Yes, I'm waiting for the right man.
Of course. And I know you're working hard at being the right woman.
Yeah.
So when the right man comes, you all recognize each other. Ah, we were supposed to have met.
Yes.
All right. Well, Doris,
Lord.
thank you so much.
No, thank you so
for sharing
much.
your story with us. It's a story of courage.
Yeah.
But before you leave me, I have to ask you my random questions. I have 3 random questions that I'm
Okay.
going to ask you. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. So, random question number 1. What's your idea of cute?
My idea of cute.
Yourself.
Yes.
Jackie, don't answer for her.
No.
What is your
So
idea of
cute.
cute?
No,
So cute.
Like my height, 5'2", and pretty, like round face, and
Okay, nice.
natural hair.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is one word that best describes your father, Wafa Bob?
Amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Oh.
And the third question, I want to give you a long one. What bad habit do you wish you could break?
Ooh. Watching telenovelas.
What's your favorite? What's your favorite? What's your favorite?
What life took from me.
No, don't want. I don't.
have you
I don't
appointed
get
Jackie to be your spokesperson? What's your favorite
She's doing a good
telenovela?
job. That would be that happened before. It's still the best. Second chance.
Second Chance.
Yes.
Who are the main heroes?
Ooh, I forgot.
Who is Alejandro?
Alejandro. Ooh, he was that handsome tall guy who was breaking some hearts.
But
and
Second Chance was such a long time ago. Aren't you watching anything current?
Well, I am. That's there is this Telemundo. I think it's on Go TV. And I am always on that channel. I never go anywhere. If I'll go anywhere, that would be CNN or something else. But it's always Telemundo. So I know there is. I don't know why they are not coming.
They will come. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Doris Darkwah is programs manager for the NGO ABAN. ABAN against neglect. She's doing some amazing things in the lives of the young women of this country. And I think it's good if we can all contribute.
8:25. This is Morning Star. Up ahead, features on Ken Sarowiwa. Remember him? And Dr. Miles Monroe. This is simply the best way to start your day right. Testimony from me and Jackie and Doris to you.